My channel. I'm Timmy Treacle, and welcome back to another top 10 list. Right now, I'm doing my top 10 favorite Jack Black movies. Um, I've been watching Jack Black since his early days in the early 90s, and he had a lot of small roles in the early 90s, but since has become a big time leading man, and he is just one funny individual. So I thought I'd celebrate him and his work with my top 10 favorite movies of his. So, coming at number 10 is Airborne. This movie was in 1993. It is about a California dude who moves to the Midwest in Ohio and has to adjust to not only living in the Midwest, but getting used to the winters and how to adapt to different surroundings, new school. He goes to live with his aunt and uncle and his cousin, who is played by Seth Green, who is funny in this movie as well. Um, then they end up going to school where they have problems with a bunch of hockey players, one of which is Jack Black, and they feud back and forth with them throughout most of the movie. The new kid ends up dating the sister of one of the bullies, and that doesn't sit too well. But the best part of this movie is in the third act, where they have to rollerblade down this hill. And that's all I'm going to say. It is one adrenaline rush after another watching them do this. And yeah, this is a great movie. Underrated, in my opinion. Not a lot of people know about this movie, but definitely check it out. You should be able to find it on Stars On Demand, um, or Xfinity On Demand, or Netflix. Yeah, definitely check it out. Coming in number 9 is Tropic Thunder. There's nothing else you need to say about that movie. It's freaking awesome. You know, you got Ben Stiller, you got Robert Downey Jr., Jack Black. I mean, what else do you need? Number 8 is 2005's King Kong. This is an underrated King Kong movie, in my opinion. I really think Jack Black, especially, did a great job in this. I like the special effects. I like the way King Kong looked, and I just like everything about the movie. Uh, I think it's not as good as the most recent one, but it's still a serviceable movie and definitely worth the top spot in my top 10. Coming to number 7 is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, before people start hating on me, this sequel is bad. We all know that. In fact, the first movie shouldn't even, we shouldn't even got a sequel, to be honest. Uh, but because we did get a funny character in Jack Black, even though this is supposed to be a horror movie, but he's a pothead on this small island where the four leading characters go for a school break, not knowing that they were set up. And what happens to Jack Black, the way he's killed, is really funny too. But if it wasn't for Jack Black, and of course, I love Jennifer Love Hewitt, uh, I probably wouldn't have no interest in the sequel. I love the first movie, but because of Jack Black and Jennifer Love Hewitt, um, I can tolerate it. Coming number 6 is The Love Letter. Coming number 5 is Saving Silverman. Saving Silverman is an underrated comedy. Um, it stars Jason Biggs, Jack Black, R. Lee Ermey, uh, uh, who else is in this movie? I'm drawing a blank on the uh, third person right now, but it is a great movie. It's about Mr. Silverman, who is madly in love with this girl. They get married, and all of a sudden, she dumps him and disappears. And so Jack Black and his buddy um, set him up with a high school crush that he had. And yeah, it is one of those movies where some people um, they may not uh, enjoy it like you and I would. It, it is a rotten movie. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 18%, which I think is just ridiculous. But Steve Zahn is the other male lead in the movie, and he's hilarious in this movie. But I highly recommend that you check it out. Don't listen to critics. Uh, Watch it for yourself and you decide. But Saving Silverman is excellent. Uh, Coming number 4 is Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black. I mean, just a great cast. And Jack Black steals this movie when he goes into the other world. Uh, he is playing. He is a male with a female voice, and it is hilarious. Uh, there are already plans to make another movie. I think they may be making 2 more movies, I guess. But yeah, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Uh, it is really good. I think it's better than the original, in my opinion. Number 3 is The Holiday. I just watched this one the other last week. Uh, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, and Jack Black. Great romantic comedy. I love the chemistry between Winslet and Jack Black, and then Diaz and Law. I also like Winslet's chemistry with a neighbor in the movie with whom she helps um, basically energize his life again and gets him walking and gets him to accept this award. And it's an amazing, heartfelt movie. And definitely check it out. It took me a while. It's from 2006, but it is definitely worth the time. Number 2 is Shallow Hal. This movie, 2001, it's about Hal, who only sees women for what's on the outside. He judges them by their looks and doesn't get to know about what they are on the inside. So this hypnotist basically hypnotizes him into seeing women for what's on the inside and not what their appearances are. So he starts getting a lot of women to go out with him and all that. He's not afraid to ask them out, and he has a lot more confidence. And instead of being picky, he falls in love with women that he thinks are gorgeous. But when it's finally revealed in the third act, and he gets to look at these women, they actually aren't. But the moral of the movie is don't judge a book by its cover. And that's what I love about this movie. Gwyneth Paltrow in this movie is fantastic. Um, I think she steals the movie along with Jack Black. But I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. He has a buddy in this movie who is just as picky as he is. He doesn't date this woman because one of her toes is bigger than the other, and it freaks him out. But yeah, it's a funny movie. Like I said, definitely check it out. It's from 2001. And my number 1 favorite Jack Black movie is, come on, if you don't know what it is, School of Rock, 2003. This movie kicks ass. They are planning to do a sequel, I believe, but this movie by itself is amazing. He's down on his luck. He needs to get a job or his roommates are going to kick him out. So he takes a substitute teaching job that his roommate would normally take but he took it posing as his roommate and ends up teaching these kids nothing but music all day. And he tells them there's going to be a battle of the bands, and that's what they're going to be doing and focusing on. And he turns them into one hell of a band. And of course, he's one of the leads of the group. Um, Early in the movie, he'd been kicked out of a band that he started. But in the end, he exacts revenge, and they play one kick-ass show in this movie. And like I said, this is Jack Black's best performance in any movie, and it is his best movie in my opinion. So there you have it. That is my top 10 favorite Jack Black movies. So in the comment section below, tell me, what are your favorite Jack Black movies? Give me a top 10 if you have it. If not, give me a couple of your favorite movies. Also, let me know of any movies that you've seen of his that I didn't mention in the top 10 that you think I should see. Also, if there are movie reviews of Jack Black's you would like for me to do, leave those in the comment section below as well. Other than that, I thank you for watching yet another top 10 list. Stay tuned for my top 10 favorite Gary Busey movies, which I'll be doing here shortly. Until then, I thank you for watching, and check you later.